Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. And we are officially 1 week away from Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys are winding down your week and you are getting ready to eat well, spend time with friends and family. That is what we are going to be doing next week. So we will not be coming into your homes and offices next week. We will be enjoying the holiday. So I thought I would end the week with a pretty hot topic for most of you all. You know, if you do catch this in the replay, would love for you to respond and let me know kind of where you are. How many of you who are watching live too, how many of you are interested in having high ticket clients? And maybe you may not know, maybe that's not the term, you know, in the business world, in the business coaching world, we call it high ticket clients. We have high ticket offers and we want high paying clients. How many of you guys want people who will pay lots of money for your trips? Let me know in comments. Are you the type of travel advisor that would like to sell trips that are considered to be high ticket? So let's define, first of all, what high ticket means. High ticket, in the traditional sense, and I'm going to use this from a travel industry perspective, would be any tickets. And when I'm saying tickets, I'm really meaning packages or services that you provide or trips that you sell, that they're going to be in the price point of anything at $3,000, $5,000 or above. That would be considered high ticket. Not to say that $2,000 isn't, but I'm talking per person. So how many of you would like to have, you know, sales in that regard, or you're going after that? So some in the travel industry will call that the Lux market, that you're going after, you know, high ticket buyers who want luxury travel experiences. If you are one of those travel advisors that would like to create those kinds of experiences, then today's topic is for you. So I am not going to be focused on the designing of those experiences because I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to assume that you already know how to create the experiences. You already have the suppliers in place that can help you curate those types of experiences. What we're going to focus on today is how do you attract or get in front of people who are willing to pay for those kinds of experiences. That's what we're going to focus on today. But before I go, let me introduce myself. If you are new to my channel, new to me, my name is Sundey Gardner. I am the founder and creator of Online Travel Boss. We are a school training and coaching facility that focuses on helping you, travel advisors, launch and operate successful and profitable travel businesses. And I would not be doing a good job if we didn't talk about how to attract the type of client that's going to help you be profitable. Now, no shade for those people who are interested in doing budget travel and working with lower ticket items. No shade in your game. And I probably don't talk enough about the low ticket travel industry and how you can leverage that. So I promise to do a training on what would I do if I wanted to sell in volume and sell that way, because it is going to be a totally different strategy that I would deploy from a marketing perspective and also from an attraction perspective that I would do versus how I would get high ticket clients. So the first question that you may be asking yourself is where they're at, where they're at. Like, where are these high ticket people? Where are these clients that are interested in spending the kind of money that I want to sell, right? You are a salesperson. If you don't think of yourself as such, you are a salesperson. You may not call yourself a salesperson, but you have a product. And if your average ticket price or the price that you want to sell your product is a high ticket, your strategy needs to be a whole lot different in terms of how you attract. So I'm going to tell you where they're not first. Let's start where your high ticket clients are not. They are not on your personal page, potentially. Meaning if you've not done anything to get these high ticket buyers on your personal page and all you're doing is talking and promoting and posting on your personal page, you're not going to get them that way. They're not going to magically come up. So if you're disappointed about the engagement that you're getting or the quality of leads or the quality of clients that you're getting, and the only place that you're at is on your personal Facebook page or your personal Instagram page, That's not where they're at, right? Because you've not done anything to attract that person. The other place that they're not at is your house. So if you're like at home and you're eating bonbons and you're watching the latest fill in the blank show and you're not doing anything to get yourself and or your business out there, they're not going to knock on your door and show up there. The other place that high ticket clients potentially are not, they're not necessarily at your job. So if you're only going to work and you are working on your business at night and you're still not getting the results, it's because you've got to do more than that. There's this guy I follow. He's a part of a community that I'm in. So for those of you that may not know, we have a software called Travel Pro Suite, and it's built on top of Go High Level. And so I'm inside of the Go High Level group, and there's one coach, and he says, stop doing nothing. And I totally love that saying. So I wrote it down today because that's what I want you to do. If you want to attract high ticket travel clients, stop doing nothing. Stop doing the same things that you've always been doing to think that you're going to get something different. Stop it. So let's stop it today. We're going to talk about 3 tips that are really counterintuitive to maybe the advice that you've gotten or the things that you are doing that's going to get you more visible in front of the people that you want to be visible for. I always say, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the very thing that I normally say, which is you got to know who your who is, right? If you want high ticket clients and you want them to be spending $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10,000 per person on your trips, you got to do things a little bit differently. And so here are going to be some tips that you can follow to start to attract or get in the same space that the people that are going to spend that kind of money are. So the first thing is that I want you to start to think about non-travel related brands locally that are in your area where people are spending lots of money. And let me give you some examples. And so we have a business that other businesses love. Let me just say that. I've been a small business owner for some years now, and it doesn't matter what business you approach. The idea that you're a travel advisor and can get people access to travel is very attractive to other business owners. And so when we think about partnerships and we think about aligning ourselves with other businesses, you have a plethora of, that is one of my favorite words. I don't use that word enough in the sentences, but you have a buttload of options when it comes to local small businesses there that potentially your ideal high ticket buyer is at. And so I'm going to give you some examples. So I was just going through preparing for this training, and I was like, what are some good examples? So we come from the, my background from a small business perspective is in the salon industry. And so one of the things from a small business that I thought for a travel advisor to really reach out to where high ticket sales are people that spend a lot of money on stuff is spas, right? Spas, wineries, jewelers. Money is being spent. What I will tell you about local small businesses, just like you potentially, is they're not always good at being online. They are not always good about creating content or being able to connect and deliver content to their clients. But you have travel and you have access to so much content in terms of what your ideal client would be interested. So partnering with a non-travel brand and giving them content that they could disperse out to their client base allows you to get in front of a new client base just by creating that type of content partnership. Let me give you an example of what that means. So if I were to approach a spa, a high-end spa, so I'm from Texas, and literally it seemed like I lived in North Texas, which is north of Dallas, and so one of the highfalutin towns back then, it's not so highfalutin anymore, but was Frisco. And there was a med spa like pretty much on every corner. Like there literally was a med spa, some Botox spa or some medical spa on every corner. There was somebody doing some sort of medical spa. Even my gynecologist was like doing like the hair removal at one point. So like she had like doubled up and do that. So to partner with them. I mean, you go to the gynecologist, right? You probably know people who go to med spas. Those are high dollar, high ticket service offerings. To partner with a med spa and create a package for so I had this idea. This is actually from another coach, and the idea was to do a free trip drawing, and you put it in front, like at the med spa or at the establishment, and then that get all of the leads that come in, you get access to those leads. I think that's a phenomenal, great idea. Her recommendation was to go to restaurants, but if you're going after high ticket people, I want to go after small businesses that would love to be able to offer a free trip as a part of their marketing or within their business, and you partner with a local business to do that. Those are free leads that can come to you. If you do that well, like I wouldn't even do like put a name in a drawing. I'd be like scan a QWERTY code to get an entry, and then I would do that drawing at the end of the year. And then, again, I'd spend the money on making, like, you don't even necessarily have to spend it so secret, right? We've got marketing incentives. We've got access to stuff that most people don't. So marketing incentives, you could give a drawing away for that and partner with a non-travel brand to do that. So jewelers, that's where a lot of money is being spent at high-end jewelry stores, spas, wineries. I just found, I was on Threads. So like for any of you women out there that are feeling a little disgruntled, right? Black Threads is like the new cat's meow. Like there's so much activity going on Black Threads right now. And so I just discovered in Black Threads this week, there is, so one of the ladies here in Atlanta, she's like hosting, like she's just going across town and doing co-working space. So one of the places that I just found was a bookstore, a Black bookstore. Now, I'm not actively selling travel. I'm more focused on presenting to you, but I'm gonna tell you that's a great idea. Like partnering with a bookstore that is culturally connected to you, right? So if you're Spanish, if you're Asian, Black, whatever, find something that's culturally relevant and partnering with them, right? Because it doesn't matter what your financial situation is, that Black bookstore, people who are readers, partnering with her and offering a free trip drawing for her bookstore is going to be a win-win situation. I actually may take that idea and talk to her about that. All right. So number 2 option is to create a high ticket service offering. If you are trying to attract high ticket clients and you are selling your design services for $25, that is not congruent, right? So if you want to attract a certain level, you need to also push up your game, right? So you need to have a high ticket and you're like, well, no, I don't want to have a high ticket service because I want I literally will have advisors tell me, no, I don't want to, I don't charge a design fee. I'm going to get on my little design soapbox right now, just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll have advisors tell me all the time, I don't want to charge a fee because I want to set myself apart. But if you're really trying to attract high ticket clients, that's not setting yourself apart. That potentially is repelling them. So what I will tell you is if you want to have you want to attract high ticket clients, you need to ensure that you have services that are in line with the expectation. Let me say that again. In line with the expectation. If I see a service provider and I'm looking for a no nonsense, do all that I can do so I don't have to think of it, and I see a $25 service, and then I go to a travel advisor that's charging $500 a service, just by virtue of the dollar amount, I'm going to have a different spin on that. That's human psychology. I am going to naturally assume that the $500 service provider has more or provides more than the $25. And it could be that you all have the same exact services, but the fact that one is priced more than the other immediately sets an expectation and a determination of who potentially has the better service just because of the price point. So if you are trying to attract a certain type of client and your services service offerings don't match, that could also be a repellent as well. Giving stuff away for free does not necessarily mean it's going to attract the right type of person. So I want you to also think about that as well. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, and I like this, and I'm not going to lie, I got this one from AI because you guys know how much I love AI. I got this idea from AI, which is to create events that are catered or specifically in the naming of the events and the type of events that are targeting high dollar people. And so these are the 3 event types. So I was like, yeah, I like the idea, but let's go a little bit further. So I spent about an hour sort of brainstorming with me and Sienna. That's my AI's name. And we came up with these 3 ideas in terms of events. I am a big event person because when I say stop doing nothing, what I mean is you cannot continue to do the same nothing that you've done and hope that these people are going to appear out of thin air. They're not. You've got to be where they're at, or you need to create the space for them to come where you're at. Does that make sense? And that's what an event will do, is if you structure and you create and you market an event that is catered to the type of people that you want to attract, you market, right? You spend money and time promoting that event. That is also you creating the space to attract the person that you want. So I am a big proponent of events, and here are the event ideas that I'm going to give you before I skedaddle. I got a good couple of minutes for us to do that. I'm actually going to go to my chat so that I can like show you, or I'm not going to show you, I'm going to talk you through. The first one is a luxury travel experience showcase. What I loved about this event is you could do it in person, you could do it virtual. I love in-person events now because post-COVID, even though we're almost like 4 years since COVID, it's still post-COVID world for me, is everybody, during COVID was like, nobody knew what virtual events were. After COVID, everybody knew what virtual, they knew how to operate Zoom. And now what you see is everybody's doing virtual events. So I always like to do the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. So if everybody's doing virtual events, then I want to do live events or in-person events, and doing local events at a venue like that, like the coffee shop that I'm talking about. Like, this coffee shop is amazing. So I'm going to actually do a co-working session there with these ladies, and I'm going to have to record it because like she did the recording there yesterday. It was awesome. And so anyway, let me not digress because I cannot wait to go to this bookstore. Doing a luxury travel experience, because there's a couple of things that you can do. You can reach out to your luxury suppliers, have them do the event with you, come and speak to you about their destinations or their resorts, their properties. You could have them be there. They could give out information. They always have stuff to give out, right? So hosting that and partnering with suppliers in a local space, love that. I like suppliers live more so than I like them virtual, because the virtual events, don't get me wrong, no shade on the game. I've had some really great presenters come and speak to my community from supplier. There's always a wealth of information when the suppliers come and speak at my events, but sometimes it can get a little boring and it's very one way. But I do like live interaction where you get to shake hands and kiss babies. And so having a live event that you host at a venue where it's a potential partnership is just a win-win. Now, that does take some effort. It does take some time, but if done well and marketed well, it could be a really good resource for you to get new leads and also potential business out of that. So that was number 1 idea. Number 2 idea was an insider evening networking event. ChatGPT called it a jet setter. But the theme of this event, which I thought was really slick, was discover exclusive perks of VIP travel. There was a vendor that I was working with last year, and they offered private jet experiences. So you could literally buy a seat into a private jet for not as expensive as you would think. I have to find the name of this company, but creating a sort of cocktail party or an event, even if it was a virtual event, like I'm big on bring your own cocktail to virtual events, and then hosting this that are VIP type of services, products like, you know, having a chartered jet and being able to reserve space, and how easy it may be for a person to do that they would not have thought. That's good. Luxury properties, hosting something at a luxury property, or you actually going and doing a site visit and then, you know, releasing that to, you know, I would actually go to a luxury property. There's a couple here in Atlanta. Go to a property, record the site visit, and then maybe showcase that at the event, and then have maybe a representative at the event, because that would save you money. Because, you know, these resorts, even though we're advisors, they still be trying to charge us an arm and a leg to host an event there. So you could still do a network event, like a virtual event is what I'm trying to say. So I like this sort of VIP travel event where you have snippets from different suppliers talking about VIP or high-end luxury experiences that you have access to, and invite people to this event and tell them how they could experience that. So I really like that idea. And then the last idea that I'm going to go over is, this one is really good because I really like the idea of having a private client appreciation retreat and have them invite a friend here. And this is really a day of gratitude, celebrate adventure, exclusivity, and connection. And this is not necessarily taking them to Jamaica. This is a local event that you could do, or you could take them out of the country, or, you know, to some resort. But it's really around your current high ticket clients, and that you've created something special for them and encourage them to invite somebody else. So that would also be a referral. That would also give you an opportunity to love on the people who've already spent with you. But really, this is your opportunity to have an event, have people who've already spent good money, and then get them to invite other people. So you could have breakout sessions at this event where they could brainstorm their next dream vacation, or talk about the experiences that they have. There's a lot that I really like about this private client appreciation retreat idea. So the thing that I want you to take away from today's lesson is, you want it, create it. Like, don't wait for it to just show up in your lap. You need to create the space that you want, create the means by which the people that you want, give them a reason to raise their hand, give them a reason for them to want to interact with you, hosting events, being in the space that they're in by you reaching out to people who already have their attention is a really good way for you to attract the type of client that you want. Listen, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. I will see you next Tuesday. We will not be here next Thursday, but I will see you same time, same bat channel on Tuesday of next week. If I don't see you, have a great holiday, and do not eat too much, and do not forget to stay hydrated. If you'd like to get help in your travel business, join me inside of office hours happening right now. You can go to sundaygardner.com to get access to our Zoom room, where I will answer any question about your travel business and help you move it forward. I'll talk to you soon, and have a great night.